Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning, students. I hope you all are doing good. So let's start our today's English grammar, and I would be continuing with the chapter pronouns from the Grammar Gate textbook. Before moving towards our today's topic, let's revise the topic which we learned in the previous video. So let's revise the topic quickly. In the previous video, we learned about reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronouns are the words ending with self, which is used for singular number, or selves, which is used for plural number, that are used to refer back to the noun or the pronoun that is both the subject and the object of the sentence. For example, he set himself a hard task. So here the subject of the sentence is he and the object of the sentence is himself. So the word himself reflects the doer of the action, that is he, and the word himself is the reflexive pronoun. Let's see the list of reflexive pronoun. For singular number, first person we use myself, second person yourself, third person masculine gender himself, third person feminine gender herself, and third person neuter gender we use itself. And for plural number, the reflexive pronouns used are first person ourselves, second person yourselves, and third person themselves. In third person, we use themselves whether the noun or pronoun is masculine, feminine, or neuter gender. And also notice one more thing, that in plural form we use selves for reflexive pronouns. Let's check the exercise which I gave you in previous video. Fill in the blanks with the correct reflexive pronoun. The first one, help dash to lunch. So here is an instruction given by someone to the second person, and so we have to use the reflexive pronoun yourself. Second one, I like to look at dash in the mirror. So here we have to use the reflexive pronoun which refers to the subject I, and that is myself. Third one, she completed the project all by dash. So here we have to use the reflexive pronoun which refers back to she, that is third person feminine gender. So that is herself. Fourth one, give dash a pat on the back. Here again that is the same situation like first one. The first person is talking to the second person, and so we have to use yourself as the reflexive pronoun. Fifth one, he made the cards all by himself. So here himself is reflecting back the subject he, which is third person singular masculine gender. Next one, they made cookies all by themselves. So themselves is a reflexive pronoun which is reflecting back the pronoun they, which is third person plural. Seventh, we learn the song by ourselves. So here the reflexive pronoun ourselves refer back to the subject we, which is first person plural. And the last one, the ball rolled by itself. So here itself is the reflexive pronoun referring back to the subject ball, which is third person singular neuter gender. So students, I hope that you have written all the answers in your textbook. Now let's move on towards our today's topic, which is the last type of pronoun, that is relative pronoun. So let's see what is a relative pronoun. A relative pronoun refers or relates to the noun placed before it. It means that the pronoun which shows the relation with the noun before it is said to be relative pronoun. It refers back to the noun that we already know. So, it talks about the noun which is already present in the beginning of the sentence, and so we already know that noun. Now, let's see some different types of relative pronoun. They are who, which, that, whose, and where. There are many other relative pronouns, but today we would be studying only three of them. So let's see the first one, that is who. So let's see when are we going to use the relative pronoun who. Who is the relative pronoun used to refer to person or people. So we use who as a relative pronoun when we are talking about a person or people, and make sure that it is only used for people. It can never be used to refer the nouns naming animals or things. So who is not used after the names of animals or non-living things. The pronoun who is used to refer to the noun which is in the place of subject. One more thing to notice about the relative pronoun who is that it is used to refer to the noun which is in the place of subject, not in the place of object. Let's see one example. Well, we can see a boy over here who is wearing a medal. So this is the boy who won the medal. Over here we have placed who before the noun boy, and the boy is the subject of the sentence. Let's move on to the next relative pronoun, that is that. So let's see when are we going to use the relative pronoun that. That is the relative pronoun used to refer to person, animal, or things. So, this relative pronoun can be used when we are talking about person, animal, or any non-living things. It can be used to refer nouns naming both living and non-living things, just like in the image given over here, that is used for human beings, plants, non-living things, and also animals. But remember one thing, the usage of pronoun that is not so common with person. Generally, whenever we talk about a person or whenever we are relating to a person, we use who and not that. Let's see the example over here. Tom waited for a letter that never arrived. So here pronoun that is placed before the noun letter, and letter is a thing, and so the pronoun that is relating to a thing over here, and so it is a relative pronoun used for non-living thing. Let's see the last relative pronoun, that is which. And when do we use this pronoun? Which is the relative pronoun used to refer animal or things. So students, which is the relative pronoun which we are going to use only for animals and non-living things, just like in the image given over here. The pronoun which relates to cat, dog, bird, food, items, pen, house, etc. But it doesn't show that it relates to human beings. So, the pronoun which can never be used to refer a person or people. So, we cannot use which before the noun which is representing a person or people. And one more thing, students, you need to remember is that the pronoun which and that can be used interchangeably for animals and non-living things. So which and that are two relative pronouns which can be used before animals and non-living things. Whichever you use, both are correct when you are using it with animals and non-living things. Let's see one example. The hotel room which I usually have is great. So here the relative pronoun which is placed before the noun hotel room, and hotel room is a thing, or you can say it's non-living thing, and so the relative pronoun which is used with the noun which is a non-living thing. Let's see some more examples. The first one, I have a brother who is 7 years old. So here, who is the relative pronoun which is used before the noun brother. Second one, can you show the road that or which leads to the station? So students, here I have placed that or which in option because both can be used with the noun road, which is a non-living thing. Let's see the third one. The woman who lives next door is a nurse. So here the relative pronoun who is placed before the noun woman, who is a person or a human being. Fourth one. Did you know the letters that or which were on my desk? So again I have used that or which in option because they both can be used when we are talking about non-living things, and over here the noun letters is the non-living thing. Last one. Prakash borrowed the book that or which had a blue cover. So students, any guess? This relative pronoun is talking about which noun? Well, it is talking about the noun book, which is again a non-living thing. I hope you have understood all the three relative pronoun and its usage. So let's move on towards the exercise. Here I am giving you a small exercise related to relative pronouns. Complete the sentences by choosing the words from the box given below. So students, answers are given in the box. You have to find out the right answer for the right fill up. Let me do the first one for you. The police caught the man dash. So here students, you need to remember that when we are talking about person or people, we have to use who, and when we are talking about non-living things and animal, we have to use which or that. So here the police caught the man who has stolen the jewels. So I hope you can carry out the rest of the exercise by yourself, and we will check the answers in the next video. Till then, take care and see you soon, students.